And so guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Disciples of the Rafalution series featured on the higher tempo press. This is Gaffer Graymo here, and in this episode we're going to be taking on Manchester City. So I'm going to keep going to try and think like Rafa Benitez and see if I can outthink Pep Guardiola. Manchester City are in 4th place here, one of our rivals this season for European football, especially in the Champions League. So hopefully now we can go out and get ourselves a result that keeps us in the Champions League places and above these big rivals we have just down the road. So stay tuned, let's see what happens. And so, 4 days before our game against Manchester City, back off at Everton 1-1 draw, we are now looking at how we are going to start our preparations for this Manchester City game. It all begins with the first look at this team report, and so we can see in the team report Manchester City do favour 4-1-2-3 DM wide, which sees that midfield three were the deeper lying centre midfielder. Do we then see that they are quite vulnerable to facing a 4-2-3-1, fitting perfectly into our hands, but meaning that if we're going to try and exploit this vulnerability, we're going to try and look at the two centre midfielders playing in the central midfielder strata rather than the DM strata. We also see that Manchester City do score a lot of goals early in the games, only 14% of their goals coming really late into the second half. So we're kind of especially looking at the times between the first 15 minutes of the first half, first 15 minutes of the second half. So we'll have to make sure we're very compact in these early stages. We also see that they do concede about 80% of their goals in and around half time in the 50 minutes before, or even as far as half an hour into the second half. So that's something that we will try and exploit, though obviously in that first 15 minutes of the second half it's most important we're striking the balance. As you can see, they do concede. We also look at the assist location and see that through balls are something they have problems with, so maybe we can look in our team selection, picking players to make the most of this. Team selection, we get the idea that we're going to be looking at which players where. So as you can see, Yaya Toure, Fernandinho and De Bruyne are their midfield three from their last match in the Premier Division. In that game we can see De Bruyne sat a little bit further back here, but Yaya was a bit more advanced. So that will be something we must keep an eye on. While out wide then we have Silva, Sterling, again slightly more advanced on that right side, which suggests they are, like both himself and Yaya Toure, are in an attacking mindset, given that attacking duty, while up front Aguero, who will most likely to be in an advanced forward or poacher. Now this will then quickly change as the game goes into a 4-2-3-1. So as you can see, it's a very standard back four. Ball winning midfielder, a box to box midfielder, an advanced playmaker in the middle. So in this way I'm looking to see that kind of Mascherano, Sissoko type of dynamic that was once at Liverpool for a short period of time. And then we'll also we have a defensive winger out wide. So in this, it would have been like when Liverpool looked at Dirkay to do a bit more running and providing up front. While out wide on the left, we have that left winger, so possibly an Albert Riera type winger who will push up and really engage the team. Up front then we have that complete forward in attack. I'm going to say Dirkay again because he was one player who really did occupy and fill so many roles in that Liverpool team. As a team though, we're going to be playing defensively. We're going to be playing structured for this early stages, because as we saw, Man City do score quite early. Instruction wise, we're going to sit deeper. We're going to use the offside trap, but we're going to play in a much higher tempo and look for early crosses to try and engage City with that more direct passing play. So, team selection. As you can see then, it will be when the team steps up, Gini Wijnaldum will be that attacking midfielder pushing up behind Divock Origi, whilst it will be Chan and Lucas then sitting in those deeper roles. And so here we go. Manchester City team does not start as expected. Does not start with the teams we were given the last time. So we can see Gabriel Jesus starting out wide right instead of the expected Raheem Sterling. Ilkay Gundogan comes into the midfield, replacing Yaya Toure, but Again, he seems to be in that bit more of an advanced role than De Bruyne, who seems to be sitting a bit deeper. Then at right back we see Zabaleta. Zabaleta is more advanced than the rest of the Man City back line, which suggests he's going to be in further to pitch support Jesus, which possibly suggests Jesus' role in the team could be making that front three much more narrow to occupy our defensive line. So let's see. So City kick off here at Anfield in this early Saturday kick off, and they look right to Zabaleta, and we see Jesus in front right on the line. Gundogan shown at De Bruyne. De Bruyne then making a run beside, engaged by Wijnaldum, and here we go. And here we see Zabaleta much further up the pitch, right beside Jesus, who gets beyond Moreno, but whose cross thankfully just drops over the far side. We start off. Again, we see this early pressure from Manchester. We expect, we know City are quite good in these first 15 minutes. So we'll see if our 4-1-4-1 is enough to keep them back for the first 15 minutes. And then we'll step up, we'll look to push. Zabaleta's cross can't be dealt with by Mignolet as it went too close. But again, you're looking in the middle, we've got plenty of bodies, we've got solid lines. And now it's to see how we get up and support Origi. You know, Company wins the header. And again, Wijnaldum beats. And we can have the chance to break. Obviously, because we're a bit more defensive, we're a bit more structured, the movement is going to be as good. We're not going to be as fast getting up the pitch, but it's still a case of we can gradually move up with these direct balls. When Wijnaldum picks Origi up, unfortunately, Origi drifted the wrong side of the City defence, and it was you get the free now. But again, that's good. We're looking for that ball, looking for Wijnaldum to pick those passes. Now we've a bit of defending to do as the ball ricochets off. Lucas back to Mignolet. And let's see now, can we build from the back? So we see City pressing our fullback, City really pressing us high up the pitch in typical Guardiola fashion. Fortunately, Clavin has been outlet Moreno, and then it's Mane. Mane comes inside, right foot, plays to Chan, quick ball to Wijnaldum, back to Chan, engaged by De Bruyne. Now we see Mane, so Mane is right foot. Mane will not look to be as open going down that wide right flank, but that's fine for the moment. I'm comfortable with that. Chan now to Mane, Mane driving inwards. Origi, good defender by Otamendi. Origi, Chan, Mane's going to look to come in. Can he pick a pass or to find the shot? He takes the shot on, saved by Bravo. But again, good football, good movement. The players are supporting when they're coming forward. And you can see we're dominating a lot of possession right in the middle, that middle third, which is where we have so many bodies in that line. So hopefully, again, that will try and shut off City's play. Look for them to try and play these direct balls, which we can dominate in the air. Because it did say City are not good in the air. Unfortunately, Wijnaldum was not able to get to it, and Aguero does, engaged by Lucas. Chan pressuring now De Bruyne. Does De Bruyne have options? Jesus comes short on the turn and forces Mignolet into the save. Man City get a corner. Now, as we going to the end of this early third of the half, De Bruyne's corner looks at back post company. We have two players there, but Mignolet is forced to save. So again, it's City. We see City's forward really pushing really high, but obviously we've gotten the ball forward. Milner and Clichy, Milner can't find a way past. Silva now looks inside for De Bruyne. De Bruyne, plenty of space. Chan pushes up, back to Company. We don't see Origi coming across, so we maybe look to see if we can get him to engage to that defence more. If we keep it as 4-1-4-1, or if we engage the 4-2-3-1, maybe that attacking midfielder can, as De Bruyne is shot from distance, comfortably sails past him. So now we've gotten to this 15-minute mark, and I am going to make the change. I'm going to see if we can push our way just that bit further up the pitch and see if at all. So even though I have these, I'm going to change. Now the 4-2-3 idea, it's one I use from Dalgy. Apologies for the incorrect spelling there. Again, when it comes to typing on an iPad, it's something I am not very good at. So Milner is going to go left. We're going to have Wijnaldum up behind. I'm going to keep him as the complete forward on a support, and then we'll see Wijnaldum is going to be able to push up really behind him. The mentality stays counter. The team shape is very fluid. Mane, I'm going to change him to a winger on an attack duty, because I'm really going to try and put pressure on those City full backs and see what we can get out of it, especially considering how good a striker Divock Origi can be, and much of a handful to those centre halves. With James Milner, he is down here as a winger. His best position out here is a ram tighter, and we all know Liverpool did favour that kind of Ryan Babel winger for a time, that kind of inside forward, even possibly you could say this Ram Dyer. And we're going to let Milner do it because he has got a good work rate as well. So I'm going to give Milner the opportunity to play in this role. I'm going to keep Lucas and Chan sitting deep in that team. I'm going to change Moreno up to a support duty and Klein as well. And now, let's see. So now we find ourselves on the pitch with Klein, Mane. Mane looks back and there's Lucas. Lucas engaged by Gabriel Jesus. He keeps the ball and finds Chan wide. Chan engaged by Clichy well, but that leaves Mane, and now we've Klein 2 on that side. Can Mane put the ball past? Looks inside to Chan instead of going in front. Now to Klein. Mane, 2 City players on, but Mane skips by them, whips the ball in. Origi is there. Oh, it's great. Bit of composure there from the City defence. They clear. Back post ball, Milner. Zabaleta just gets into it. And we have our first corner. And again, I prefer to leave the corners unstructured for a time in the game, because that way you can try and find out where a team has weaknesses. Because sometimes set routines don't always work. I find that you kind of have to change. So as you see, this near post corner was won by Company, beating Clavin in the air. But now we find on the edge, Gundogan, Aguero, De Bruyne in the middle. De Bruyne looking long, Aguero through Klein to Silva, great bit of move from Manchester City, and forces Man United. So again, that came from our defensive midfielders possibly being a bit further up that deep line playmaker to that central midfielder and defend. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change Lucas's role to be a ball-winning midfielder. So this way he might be a bit more aggressive in his defensive work, might sit back that bit deeper, and we might get more out of him. So now City's corner again seems to be a lot of movement, but Chan is at the near post cut out. Oh, it was like a man at the near post, because do I need to ask the team to close down? I feel the team needs to just press that little bit more. And I'm actually not just drop the defence just slightly deeper. I'm wary of Manchester City getting those merchants. We have a deeper defensive line. It may just be able. Mignolet looks long to Mane and Clichy there. Lucas wins, and now we have Origi driving forward as Milner in that rampant roll to the left. But draws a free kick. Fernandinho should be booked now. I'd say it's the second foul. He is. Consistent refereeing is Genie Wijnaldum picks up the ball there. So now, will he take the shot? Or will he look to the back post where we have the likes of Michael Keane who could make that inside run? Goes for the shot. Unfortunately ends up high into the stands. Bravo looking short. Fernandinho, Otamendi back across the Company. Fernandinho behind De Bruyne in front. So making a good use of the triangles of play that a lot of managers do favour in possession football. Zabaleta holds off when the ball comes across to Fernandinho and Otamendi. Chan wins the header. Mane, can Liverpool break? Milner coming inside. Takes a shot, and Company's deflection forces us to go wide, but we get ourselves another corner. So again, we see if it's a near post corner, how strong would City defend it? So Milner's ball looks to be towards the post. Clavin is there. Good goalkeeping there from Claudio Bravo. And Bravo does look for that quick ball to Silva. Liverpool does back off as we are getting our deeper line, this deeper shape. As the Chan comes across, and Chan dispossesses Wijnaldum. Mane. And once again, Clichy, can he get it past? He can, he squirms past Clichy. Otamendi is now out of the middle. Means there's a chance here to Origi's header. And it's high over the bar. But again, it's showing that down the wings we can be real threats like that. So we change Milner from this round to a winger. I'm going to leave him at the attack again. 0-0 at half time. A lot of talking points as you see focusing down the wings, down that right wing most of their play. Well, we have gone mostly down through the middle or almost down the right where Sadio Mane is seeing a little ball. So now it's time for thinking. We can see what we can do at half time. So it's half time now, and now it's time to think. So we've seen out wide is possibly a place where we can get up. Mane has done great down that right hand side, as has Milner. So But what I am worried about is this half space between the midfield and the defence, this defensive midfield strata. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop Lucas and Emre Can back in a sense of what we might have seen in Liverpool, where Steven Gerrard would have been more released going forward, where he would have had Alonso or Mascherano or Sissoko, Haman, whoever it was sitting behind, that would have offered Gerrard more of an opportunity to go forward and less responsibility to be that all-action midfielder we saw, especially in his early days at Liverpool. And we've seen Gino has struggled for forward, so I'm actually going to drop Gino Wijnaldum, and I'm actually going to make him an advanced playmaker. So, in a sense, what I've done is Manchester City have played at one defensive midfielder and two in front, where I'm now going to drop two to try and control that half space there, and then hopefully have Wijnaldum who can push further on, allow them to give it mixed passing ability, because then he can find that direct pass. Milner as well, I'm going to ask again, he's going to stay wider, he's going to get further forward, and the cross, we're going to aim him for the target man, because Divock Origi has won a couple of headers, and then maybe the second ball may be there for us to make the most of. I'm also going to make a change with regards to our set pieces, and that is our corners. So with the corners in an attack sense, I'm going to ask for the corners to be delivered to the 6-yard box. I'm going to bring out my defensive midfielder lurking outside the area. I'm going to also have my central midfielder, Gini Wijnaldum, to go to attack the ball from deep. I'm then going to ask my final defensive midfielder, whether it's Emre Can, just to come forward. Now he's not going to be one chance, he's going to get a smaller player to do that. And in a smaller player to do that, I'm going to actually ask Sadio Mane to be that man. On the opposite side, I'm going to then ask for a short corner. And for the short corner, I'm going to bring across Mane. I'm then going to have my defensive midfielders on the edge. So I'm going to leave Gini Wijnaldum at the edge. As the other defensive midfielders surge forward. From then I'm actually going to commit the left back up. And I'm going to commit the left back up for that near post flick. Who knows? Alberto Moreno has had a good season, first player of the month earlier on this season, so maybe, just maybe, that might be the changes we need. With regards to team instructions, I feel like we've been doing okay. I would like us to use the offside trap in the second half. Played a bit risky. With regards to crosses, I'm going to whip these crosses in. I'm going to try and put much pressure on, and Divock Origi is good on the air and is a good enough finish, I feel, to deal with the ball that comes in. So now let's see in the second half, can it be a Liverpool half, or will Man City walk away from Anfield with all of the spoils? Start Liverpool kick off. As we see now, Wijnaldum's just sitting a bit deeper, Can pushing just a little bit further up. But now we have that little triangle in midfield, and let's see how well it does against that Man City midfielder. Wijnaldum now can look forward to Origi, holding the ball up, looks wide. Milner in that space just behind, as we would have hoped for Salah. But his cross was cut out, pressure's on, and City have an outlet now in Silva. We skip forward to 56 minutes as we see Jesus picking the ball away and Zabaleta supporting. Can Moreno do enough? Moreno is beaten, but Lucas is there. Now we see Sane is coming on. Man City are going to an early change for Jesus. And I'm going to react myself. In midfield, I'm going to make... I want to keep that width, so I'm not going to move Milner in. I'm going to keep him out left. So with regards to the centre of midfield, I'm going to bring Adam Lallana on. And I'm going to actually move Lallana up into this attacking midfielder role behind Divock Origi. But Divock Origi himself is actually come off. I'm going to bring on Daniel Sturridge. I'm going to bring him on as a poacher because I feel the opportunity is there. So obviously by bringing a poacher on, it means we have to change the crosses. We're going to be looking out for the low crosses. So I don't expect Sturridge to compete in the air against Otamendi and company. So City have the corner. Our changes have been brought on, as my assistant informs me. So De Bruyne is ball in and Chan is at the front post. Now Chan is under pressure. Aguero nips in front of him and gets the ball to De Bruyne for City to get a second ball in. It's Aguero and it's the new man Sané, and he forces Mignolet into a save. Nearly a very, very bright introduction to the game for Leroy Sané. So you see again Man City, a lot of movement. Ball into the box, Sané to get the end of it. And Luke, he draws a penalty. Lucas, what is with my team and giving away penalties from set pieces? Oh no. So, Sergio Aguero, Simon Mignolet. Can Mignolet save this penalty? Keep the game 0-0? Or is it about to put Manchester City that goal up? And it's saved by Mignolet, and he collects the rebound. Big moment, big save from our big Belgian in goal. But again, as we find City on the attack, Lallana engaged by Gundogan, and Gundogan is good enough to win that ball. Silva looks beyond, and Keane there with the intercepting header. Fortunately, Aguero was offside, but he was not to know that. Well, so here we go on the edge again. Man City moving the ball quickly. We have Nolito on now. Nolito taking the shot, but Nolito's shot just creeping wide of Simon Mignolet's far post. Game is starting. We are starting to lose control in that midfield, and it's possibly due to the fact we have such a large gap between our deep blind midfielders and our advanced. But now we've direct bit of movement, and we get James Milner. Now Man City making interesting changes. Raheem Sterling has come on for Ilkay Gundogan, but it's a direct replacement. It seems to be that Raheem Sterling will be playing down the middle of the pitch. So it means City could have a bit of speed up right for Mane, gets in behind, he's in the box. But Adam Lallana, I am going to just move him back to a support instruction and see if he can make the most of the space in front of him. So it's still our throw in. Can we make something from it? So Moreno. Sané again has the beating of Milner, and it's a City break. Lucas comes across with Sané's very clever use of the ball. It gets Aguero away. Lucas recovering excellently, holds Aguero up. Let's get bodies back. Fernandinho has time. He's plenty of space. He picks Sterling. Sterling coming inside. De Bruyne has been left free as our midfield got sucked to the ball. The shot deflects. Unfortunately, Simon Mignolet does very well in recovering their control across all towards the pitch. This stepping the defensive lineup has obviously helped our bit of play. Now Aguero skips by Clavin. It's on the edge. Sterling's there. Michael Keane combination there. I think gets the ball out, and Man City have a corner. Mignolet comes. Keane is the one who gets his head to it. No foul. I'm sick of fouls from corners now. Fortunately, Man City's ball forward is clear. If anyone actually does know how to stop players committing so many fouls from corners, please let me know. 2 in 2 games is not good enough. So Alberto balls from Mignolet are not working. It now needs to go into player instructions, and we need to tell Mignolet to distribute to the fullbacks, we're going to look wide. We've been successful out wide, so we're going to look to go out wide, and let's see, can we make the most of it. It's also, I'm going to ask him to roll it, or really start it deep, really start it, and see if we can gain more control, whether it's too late in the match or not. So we see Bravo now. Bravo, if edge of his area, ball at feet, and Bravo looks long for Aguero. The Lallana's could have Sturridge is there for Liverpool, flicks it on, companies behind. Sterling, Nolito out wide. Again, De Bruyne finds that space. Sane skips inside Lucas, engages, excellent Lucas. Sturridge, Lallana making the run. Now can Mane find that space behind? Oh, Clichy reads it, but Lallana's second ball. Sturridge looking to shift it onto that favourite left foot. Sturridge does, and he shoots just over the bar. We're getting close. Adam Lallana seems to have made a big change since coming on in his passing in this advanced midfield role. Sturridge, however, we are still yet to see the best of him. Sane back to Zabaleta. De Bruyne has space in the box. De Bruyne shoots. Mignolet manages to turn it behind. I am going to change player role here, and Daniel Sturridge for Poacher to an advanced forward to see if just we can get that little bit of an edge in that final third. Man City's corner now, and it is Nolito going to be whipping it in swinging ball. Near post, Henderson nods it away. As we approach 2 minutes to go, is it going to be our second consecutive draw in the Premier League? Is it going to be a win for Man City? Or are we going to find a late winner? De Bruyne, Lallana following. Sane comes inside. Moreno is there. Moreno wins. His clearance, though, is in the opposite direction to Sturridge's run, which lets Otamendi and Clichy have plenty of time on the ball for that clearance. Lallana pressurises. Henderson misses the interception. Now we're forced on the back foot. Sterling inside Nolito. Nolito inside Aguero. Oh, he's just missed. Keeper was gone. And City once again at the ball. Sterling with the throw and Clavin with the header. Henderson wins. Oh, Fernandinho recovers excellently. De Bruyne, Lallana under pressure. Aguero on Sane again. Man City doing excellent as they look to come forward, as they seem more like this winner. Our play has just not been good enough as the game has gone on. Nolito inside Fernandinho. Aguero turns. Sane is there. Sane shoots. Mignolet parries. Henderson. Liverpool all over the place. Aguero. Klein clears. And it seems as if 3 minutes have been played. Is that all the referee will allow? Or is there one more? I think. No, it's not. The final whistle. So once again, another draw. Although this time I don't think we can be too disappointed, as we just did not play well enough. Changes. Some players' performances just were not enough. We couldn't do more in that final third. Plenty of food for thought now, as all eyes will switch to that 5:30 game to see if Tottenham can capitalise on our 2 points dropped. Well, this has been Gaffer Greenwood. This has been the latest episode. I'll see you soon. So guys, unfortunately we just couldn't get the win, but thanks for watching. Keep our eye out now this week, as we're going to have a few shorter episodes coming out this week. Just be match highlights of games against other Premier League opposition, as we build up now towards our Christmas run and hopefully start getting ourselves a few wins again. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.